Okay, where should we start? Let's start with the first Jordan 1 release of the year. Hey, welcome to another video. If you like this type of content, please drop me a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Let me know in the comments what your favorite pair of Jordan 1s this year is. And also don't forget to enter my giveaway in my previous video. Let's get right into it. This was in January, the Jordan 1 Volt Gold. This one I'm in between a C or D. I think I'm gonna go with the D tier, the last tier, the worst tier. And it's kind of sad because the only thing that brings down the value or popularity is just the Volt color on it, right? The white toe boss, white laces, they're cool. Black swoosh, even the orange heel, like there's nothing really wrong with those. It's just the Volt color. Like what is that? I don't think anybody wanted that Volt on there. Another terrible release is the Jordan 1 Patina. Forgot what the other name is for this one. Rust Shadow, I believe. This colorway is just like what is that, right? What's the point behind this? It is, some people say the heel area makes it close to the Shadow, the original Shadow ones, but it's got that bronze metal kind of feel to it. Some people call it the Statue of Liberty, which I believe is a good name for it. With the mint laces, it kind of brings it up maybe like half a tier, but it's just the entire color blocking is just weird. The material is good though on this pair. Okay, let's go with recent release, Jordan 1 Pollen. This one here, I'm gonna go with a B tier. I like the color blocking with yellow and black. However, if I was to go with that color blocking, there's also that Dunk High, you know, the Wu-Tang, or the recent one, Varsity Maze, whatever that was called, which is also a good alternative option. So overall, it's not that good to be an A tier. Pollen is a B tier to me. Speaking of A tier, I think here I'm gonna go with this University Blue. I think this shouldn't really be too much questions about it, right? A classic, a clean, a not too dark. It's a UNC, but it's also a light. It's more of a sky blue color. For some people, this is a S tier, but for me, it's a GR. It's a general release. The color, it's good, but it's not like, you know, crazy good. Like the black swoosh with the black laces. I know a lot of people lace swap them to white laces, but they don't come with it, right? So they're A tier for me. They're good, but they're not like S tier yet. Okay, I'll show you what S tier is. Like this is S tier, the Travis Scott Fragment collab. The only thing that I didn't like, obviously, is the resale price on it. $3,500, $4,000. That's a crazy price. I'm not ever paying that price for that shoe, but it is that good. I mean, I do like the color blocking too. I believe this was like a sampled colorway from like over 20 years ago. Reverse signature, reverse swoosh, crazy limited amount. Yeah, that's a definition of an S tier shoe. Since we talked about the University Blue, I wanted to mention the Hyper Royals. Hyper Royals, a lot of people would pair them up with University Blue. Both blue shoes, I believe they were released back to back. Like Hyper Royals came out right after University Blue. If I was to pick one out of those two, I'm going with the Hyper Royals. So it's just because I like it better with the lighter swoosh, those white laces. You know, it's kind of like a blue version of the turbo greens. It's just a very nice subtle color, very clean. This is probably a hot take, but I actually prefer these over the University Blues. So if I was to put them on a tier, I would rank Hyper Royals a higher tier than University Blue. Yeah. Early in the year, let's go with the big one, the Trophy Rooms. Trophy Rooms, since I put the Travis up on the very top, you would think that I would probably put the Trophy Room up there as well, but just because of the way the shoes were released, with all the backdooring, you know, all the controversies that were just going on, people were pissed off seeing pairs floating around on the market before the release. I'm gonna put them at B. Colorway itself, that classic Chicago look, probably a A at least, A tier at least, for the colorway. But the fact that it was like so heavily backdoored and the release was done in such a terrible way, I'm gonna go with the B. Yeah, probably not worth the $2,000-$3,000 resale. And then obviously I'm not going by order. I'm just gonna pick out randomly. The 85 OG neutral gray. Honestly, I know a lot of people like them, but the material is pretty bad. Honestly, it's not like, it's a B or C. And you know, I'm probably gonna put it as C. The thing with neutral grays is that, especially with the materials, it kind of fell below expectations for a lot of people. That's why I put them as C. All right. Another one that I want to talk about, also a pretty recent release. I did do a review on these. You can go to my channel to watch that video. Is the Electro Orange. This was a pretty easy pick, C tier. Only thing that's wrong with that is the heel, the white heel. Just makes it look like a Jordan 1 mid. If you call them a shattered backboard 4.0, or like just try to relate this to a shattered backboard, I get it, there's like black and orange on it, but it has nothing to do with it. It's not the worst though with the color blocking, but that heel, like let's say if they did an orange heel on that, probably a B or an A tier. Orange heel or a black color heel, B or A. The way it is, it's a C tier. I know a lot of people are doing customs, painting the heels on them. I didn't do that with my pair. I like to just keep it however they came. C tier shoe for me. And then Light Fusion Red is also a C tier for me. I thought this was going to do a lot better. Quality was great, but some people call them the McDonald's colorway. The color on this is a little too bright. You know, it's got that dragon fruit color. Yellow swoosh is not bad. The white laces were on point. I believe they came with like 3 extra sets of laces. A little extra there, but it's a C tier for me. Another C tier would be the metallic purples, or the women's core purple. Purple is my favorite color, but I don't know. This is a C or B. C tier for me. And then the other women's release I have in there that I wanted to throw in that category as well is the Silver Toes. Silver Toes is a C tier. Yeah. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of silver color on my sneakers, so that's just where I'll put it. And then another C tier is the Shadow 2.0. I know a lot of people do like this. Many of you think that they're underrated. Sorry, they're underrated. For me, it's just that color blocking. Again, it's kind of like the Pollen, where it's like I can find that color blocking in a lot of different other pairs. I have a pair of those Air Force Ones I did a video on as well. The 3M Snakes. I could find it on many other shoes as well. Quality is just subpar on this one. So this was a C tier for me. It's not a B tier. And then what else have I not talked about? I've talked about it. I think it's even the best colorway of this entire year so far. The Seafoams, women's release. Only thing I would say is I'd definitely go with the white laces over those, you know, with the bronze trim laces that they originally came with. It's such a clean shoe. If you want, you can go watch my video for the unboxing. It's just such a clean colorway. Better than the turbo greens. If I had to pick, probably better than the Hyper Royals too. Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the Hyper Royals should be a tier A. Hyper Royals probably a tier A. Okay. Anyways, so okay, now we have all the unreleased pairs. These are pairs that are confirmed to drop this year in 2021. I'm gonna quickly go through them. Obviously, I have not seen any of these in hand yet, but I'm just basing them on the release images and also either leaked images or on-feed photos of these early pairs. Let's start off with the prototype. This one here, unfortunately, just based on the photos that I've seen, looks like we're not gonna get like any tumbled leather. This colorway is just like, it's just too simple. There's nothing special about it, right? Speaking of one that I thought would look similar to that was the handcrafted Jordan 1s. This one, I'm gonna go with a B. The way the laces work on this pair, I think it's like a double lace. It's not a double lace, but it's like a 2-colored. The top is like a bright orange color and the bottom's like a dark green. The laces kind of make it feel a little bit like, you know, the Union ones where they did the double color lacing. Yeah, handcrafted is a B tier. The Patent Bread releasing this holiday at the end of the year. I mean, obviously the bread colorway is a classic, but an entire upper of patent leather. I'm thinking B or C. I'll go with the B. I'll go with the B just for the classic look on the bread. But that patent leather honestly might have brought it down to C, but I'll go with a B for that one. And then this one here, it's a double colorway. I believe it's called the Element, a white version and also a black version. It's just not a good looking shoe. You can search up some images, but they look terrible. And then there's also the Bordeaux. The Bordeaux I actually really like. I'm gonna put it as A. I'm gonna put it at A tier. I mean, obviously by now you could probably see a pattern of what shoes I like, what color blocking I like. For me, Jordan 1s, you gotta go with a white toe box, white laces, or at least you have the white lace option to swap out to. I think the material on the Bordeaux is gonna be similar and close to the Midnight Navies that came out last year. That one is a navy color. This one's like a maroon. Really haven't seen much of maroons on Jordan 1s. So it's good to see that color, that light color, that silver color swoosh is on point. I would definitely do a lace swap with white laces on the Bordeaux. It's an A tier shoe for me. Another exciting release is the Jordan 1 Atmosphere, or some people call this the bubble gum. This is the one that had that pink bubble gum on the outsole. Story behind it is based on Michael Jordan's love for bubblegum, for chewing bubblegum, like pre-game or something. Just a weird story, but that color is great. A lot of people compare them to the rust pink, which is a fair comparison. I think it's going to be half and half. The front of the shoe is going to be a patent leather, or is it the back of the shoe? I think the back is the patent leather, pink patent leather, and then the front, it's got a pink toe box with a navy color. We haven't really seen much pink on a pair of Jordan 1 high OGs. So for me, I'm really excited for that release. I believe it's a women's release. Last one I wanted to talk about is the Alma Manier Jordan 1 collaboration. Obviously the Jordan 3 collab was a huge success. This one, based on the photos I've seen, I'm gonna be honest, I'll put it as B. I'll put it as a B tier. It's just, I don't think they can top what they did with the Jordan 3s. Obviously with this one, they are going for that same look on the Jordan 3s. They're trying to give it a vintage look with that almost a yellowed midsole. They're putting that light purple, they had a name for that. It's like a violet ore. Violet ore is the name that they gave it. A little bit of purple, a little bit of white. A lot of people were crazy excited, putting them probably at 8 or even that, but they're okay. They're pretty decent, not that good. So yeah, that's it for my list. I think this was a pretty decent list. I mean, there's some easy, obvious choices like the Travis. Maybe one you wouldn't agree is the Seafoam, how high I ranked them. Trophy Rooms is also a controversial one. Trophy Room is debatable, man. If you really hated how they carried out that entire release, you could even bring Trophy Room down there, but that's where I'm gonna put it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, which pairs you agree with me, which pairs you think should be ranked higher, which ones are terrible, and what is your favorite Jordan 1 release so far, which ones you're excited for. And that's my list. Thank you for watching.